everyone, it's Di here from Diane. Another chilly day here in South Australia, and I would like to show you how I made this card. I call this a pop-out fancy fold because it actually pops out like so. So when it stands up you can see the front of the card and the inside of the card pops out on the opposite side. This one I did with the Christmas bundle that's in the annual catalogue, and I loved it. It's come out really beautiful. Some of the cutting I'm going to have to do on the side here because I need to do that after I've done certain parts. So this is the card we're going to make today, and let me show you what we're going to be using. Okay, so I'm using a paper pack called the Essential Craft Papers by Craft Consortium. It's really pretty. This is a 6x6 pack, and I just bought this just to have a look at, see what it was like. It seems like very good quality for what it. So I decided I'm going to be making this using this paper. So I'm going to be using the Happiest of Christmas. I'm going to be using the Wishing the Happiest of Birthday. Happiest of Birthday. Sorry, wishing you the happiest of birthdays stamp off of that one, the really big one. And I'm going to also be using an old stamp set called no, it's not called birthday banners for the happy birthday here with the exclamation mark on the end. So I've got that there, and we're going to be using the layering circles, and I'm going to be using the second size in the scallop size and the fourth size, so 1, 2, 3, fourth size, and the third size in the plain circles. So I'm going to leave them out there for a moment, and we're going to go through these, and I think I've forgotten to bring something over. I feel like I forgot to bring something over. I don't know, I can't think. It's obviously gone. So let me tell you what we're going to be needing. Oh yes, I do remember what it is, and I'll just quickly run and get that. And that is my flag punch here. So let's pop that on one side. So for the front of the card, or for the main card I should say, you need a piece of card that measures 8 1/4 by 5 7/8. And then for the front you're going to need another piece that measures 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. And then this beautiful layer here that measures 5 3/8 by 3 5/8. And then I've got these pieces to make my tag with, which I haven't done. I've just cut these two pieces. They're about, one's half an inch, one's an inch, the other one's 3/4 of an inch, and they measure about 3/4 of an inch long. So I haven't decided how long they need to be yet. So that's that piece. And then we're going to need, let me get all these pieces out of the way. For our insert we're going to need a piece that measures 8 inches by 5 5/8. And then because I'm using coloured card, I need a piece of white to put on the inside here. So this is going to be 5 3/8 by, I don't remember, 3 7/8 of an inch. So that's going to go into the middle here like so, along with a piece that measures 3/4 of an inch by 5 whatever that was, 5 3/8, and a piece that measures half an inch, that is 5 1/8 of an inch long. Plus I've got another piece for the other side here. This measures 5 3/8 by 1 3/4, and then this piece measures 5 1/8 by 1 1/2. Now I've cut out my circle for my front, so this piece was out of a piece that was 3 by 3. I will show you what I did there for my frame, but I still need my die machine here to cut some other piece. So I will leave that there, but I'll show you what I did. On my piece of card, I used these two here. Oops, no, not that one. The next size up. Oops, let's get the part, get the right bit. So the second, oops, sorry, that's the second size. The second size, that's not the second size, is it? Yes, the second size up. And the third one of these, you pop it inside one another like so, and you'll cut them like this, so you'll get this beautiful frame. How easy is that to do a frame? And it can't move anywhere, so you don't need to measure anything on those. So we need that one and that one, but we don't need that one anymore. So we're going to start off by scoring our main card. And we're going to score our main card like we always do at the 4 1/8 mark. And we're going to fold and burnish that over. While I've got the scoreboard here, I'm going to score my other piece of card. My other piece of card needs to be scored at 2 inches and 4 inches. So 2 inches and 4 inches. And let's put that out of the way. When we fold this one, we're going to fold this concertina file. So we're going to fold it in half and then fold the other piece back on itself. And that is going to go into the card on that angle like so. Just like that. So let's pop them out of the way for a minute, because we need to work on these two pieces. This is our front panels, which is our layer 1 and our designer syrup layer. And we're going to glue these two pieces together. And once we're happy with that, what we're going to do is we're going to get this one is the one that goes on the inside of that one, so we're going to get that and we're going to pop this into the middle where we think it should be. Where you think it looks right, like so. And I'm not going to bring my machine over, I'm just going to quickly get up and run this through just right here by the side of you. I have it on a trolley. Okay, so once we've done that, we can peel off our paper very carefully so that we don't damage anything, because we need these pieces. So let's pop them there for a minute. We need these circles, so don't throw them away. Whatever you do, don't throw them away. I'm going to get that off. That's it. Right. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to glue this onto the front of our card, like so. Now you might think, oh well, how do we get that hole there? Well, let me show you the best way to do this. You can glue the whole lot together if you want, and then cut the hole, but I find that it's way too thick and it doesn't like to cut through all those layers. So the best way is actually to cut through the two layers, pop your front layer onto the front of the card like so, then place this over this hole and you'll know it's there because it will lock in, and then you can just pop your piece of painter's tape over and pop that back through your cutting machine. To cut it out. And as you can see, it is cut out just, oh yes, just about. Okay, so that's that job done. That's got a little bit of a rough edge around there. I'm just going to get my knife, my scissors, and I'm just going to run that around the edge just to clean that up. Because some paper seems to fray a little bit more than others, and believe it or not, even though this is a Stampin' Up paper on the inside, this misty moonlight seems to do that. Okay, so we've done our card front now like so. So we're going to actually pop our frame around the outside of that like so. Oh, my pin's still got a kink in it. I have to buy some more pins, I think. So once we've done that, we're going to pop our frame over the front of our card like so, and just leave it there. Don't do what I did and squeeze it all around the room. And that's the front of the card done, except for our saying down the bottom. So let's pop that on one side for now, and then we're going to work on this piece here. So this piece here, I'm going to glue these two pieces together, these two small pieces, which is the 1/2 inch and the 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch piece. So, oops. Actually, it's 3/4 of an inch and 1/2 inch. And I'm just going to pop this down this side here, like so. And we just want just a tiny little gap down this side here. And then with that gap, which is not straight, for the life of me it's not straight. That's better. That's a bit better. We're going to stamp our large "Wishing you the happiest of birthdays" on the inside. So it's easier with a big stamp to actually stamp, ink the stamp rather than stamp the ink. So let's pop this on here, and we're going to pop that into the middle like so. Oh wow, that just looks perfect in the middle there like this. Just give that a few seconds to dry. While that's drying for a few seconds, we're going to glue these two other pieces together, which go on the other side. I'm loving this paper, it's beautiful. And then this piece is going to go on here. Like so, on that small panel. And then this piece is going to go in here like this. So we're going to pop those in there like so. Oh, let's just trim that off the bottom there. We don't need that bit showing. and pop that onto the inside of the card. Now when I do my written tutorial, I will put the measurements for this panel here, this inside panel, on the tutorial, but if you're using white card you won't need to put it in there. So now that you've got your two pieces ready, what you're going to do is you're going to actually butt this with this straight edge, not this edge, up against this edge here, like so. So we're going to now glue this down. Let's glue this down. Making sure that it's nice and central with the card. We don't want to go over that line, so if you want to lift that up so that you know you don't go over the line, you can. And once you're happy with that, press it down, and then we've got our inside of our card done. Now that looks like it's a bit strange, so let's see. We're going to pop this one on here. Like so. So that's why we've kept this one. We don't need this one unless you would prefer to put that colour in there. But for me, I don't think it works. So I'm going to pop the dark one in there like so. So to do that, we're going to close the card up so that it's closed, and we're going to, I've turned it upside down. It's just easier for me. We're going to run glue along that edge and around here and right through this section here, making sure that you don't get too close to the edge on this side or around the frame, because otherwise it will, if it oozes out, it's going to look yucky and it may stick. Once you're happy with that, pop your circle back in there, and as you can see, a little bit of my glue is popping out there. So I'm going to lift that. You can see a little bit of the glue popping out just there. I'm going to pop that on there like so. While that's just drying there, I'm going to then use this one that I've done before, and I'm going to run that back through the machine like so, just to, because I want that piece there. Excuse my heater going off all the time. It is cold as Hades in, well, Hades is hot. This is as cold as the North Pole today. Or at least it seems it to me anyway. Oh, I'll get off a bit. Okay, so we've done that, and that's just gone around and put that bit on, and we don't want that bit there, so that bit's the bit in the rubbish. This bit's sitting in here, so we're going to actually pop the lid on my glue for a minute. Oh dearie me. Oh, there it is. And I'm going to pop a couple of dimensions onto the back of this one. Now I haven't decided what I'm going to put on top of this, so I'm going to leave that part blank for now until I decide who I'm going to give it to, so that I know whether I'm giving it to a male or a female. And that way I know whether I'm going to put flower or something male like onto it. So making sure that that's within that circle there now. So, and it will stick up a little bit out of the way, and that's really great. So now we're going to bring in these pieces here, and I'm going to actually pop these through my I don't know if I need it that long, so let's see. I'll just cut off a bit more on this edge, I think. So So my bit in the middle needs to be, oh I don't know, let's pop that end in first and do it. And we will get our happy birthday and pop on here. Oops. Oops, don't want ink on my fingers, especially not on a piece of white card. So we know we need to have it at least that long, so we can cut off that much. And pop this back through in here. And that's just perfect to lay on top of that now. So pop those in the bin. Glue these two pieces together. Let's move those out of the way. The glue's getting very, very low. Now we'll pop the lid on that. Oops. And pop a couple of dimensions onto the back of this one. Oops. I'll pop that on there like so. And we'll pop a few of these purpley bluey colour thingies on here. Oops, come on, get off. Pop that one there. And that one there. And that's our card. I know I haven't finished it off. As I say, I'm not sure who I'm going to give this to, so I am going to wait. And so I'm just going to press that down nice and hard down that line there, and back down that one there, and that's our card. That would look good with anything in the middle there. Nice flower, anything. So I hope you've enjoyed today's card. These are the other ones. This one I did as a Christmas one, and this one's got a flower in the middle. So if you've enjoyed today's tutorial, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. If this is the first time you've been here and you like what you see, why not subscribe so you don't miss any of my tutorials. If you want the written tutorial for this, please head over to Diane for Stamping, Crafting and Tutorials. You will find the link down below here. And I will see you again next week. Bye for now. Hey everyone. Just thought I'd pop this on the end of the video. I finished the card off and I decided to end up putting a daisy. This is the medium sized daisy. I stamped it on white card with Night of Navy, and then I used my blending brush to put the Misty Moonlight around it so there was no white edges. I just think it came up really lovely. So if you've enjoyed that card all up, thank you very much, and I will see you again next week. Bye for now.